We came across a company that is helping to make energy available and accessible when and where you need it the most. And that certainly caught our attention as we continue to cover very many awesome, cool products here in Berlin, Germany. The chief marketing officer of a company called Zendure is Jolene Shang. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes, thank you.
Welcome into tomorrow. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for
Good.
having me, Dave.
It's a pleasure because you have a unique product that we wanted to learn more about. But first, tell me a little bit about the company.
Sure, great pleasure. Well, Zendure is actually one of the fastest growing startups in the energy tech sectors. And we're actually based in the US, China, and Japan.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So from our part of the world as well. It's nice to know that in the U.S. Very cool. And you make energy-related products? Is that kind of the gist of it?
Oh, yes. Actually, we're so excited to launch our new baby. It's called Super Base V. This is actually our official launch at IFA.
Super Base V.
Yes.
Okay.
V stands for versatile.
Oh, very
Yeah.
good. It's important to be versatile.
Oh, super.
And what does the super base part mean?
Well, like this whole Super Base V is actually like a smart home energy storage ecosystem. So Zendure actually our tagline is really about supercharged. We want our consumers, people who really need the energies will be supercharged, to really have great support to their on-grid and off-grid living.
Oh, and this is what you're introducing here at IFA this year, right?
Oh, right, of course. So the whole Super Base V, what we're trying to provide is actually with the best battery technology that could really support, with great capacity and safety. And we actually got so many great, information to share about, the whole Super Base V. We're so proud of this new product.
As well, you should be. Now, let me understand. Does this work with solar panels or something, or does it work with just maintaining power for your home or business? Or give us a better idea, if you will, what Super Base V can do for us.
Absolutely. Just to address your question, firstly, definitely comes with the whole solar panels, and also you could convert it to your roof solar panels if you actually happen to have
So if
one.
you have existing solar panels, you can use SPV with your existing solar panels.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, now you have my attention because I just got solar panels on my home.
Oh, good for you.
And
Good for you.
I didn't get any battery backup because they want a fortune for it. So it's like, well, I hope that it doesn't have a problem or we don't have an issue. But now you have my attention about SBV. It sounds like that might help solve those kinds of issues.
Well, yeah, actually, let me give you more information about this. Well, so first of all, the Super Base V is actually the industry's first system with the semi-solid state battery. So currently, the semi-solid state battery technology is the most advanced battery technology in the whole industry. You might heard of it. Actually, in most of the cases, people are actually working on it for the EV manufacturers. And Zendure is actually the first one, and so as of now, the only one that introduces this best and the most advanced battery technologies to our consumers. And the reason why we adopt this best battery technology is actually because of the safety, and also with these technologies could really support with a great capacity, meaning that with our modules, the whole system, we could have the capacities from 6.4 kilowatt hour expandable to 64 kilowatt hour.
Wow.
You know what that means? Yeah, I mean, actually, yeah, it's true.
Your whole house, every appliance, your air conditioning, everything.
Absolutely. Actually, right now we definitely have the concerns, right, about the whole crisis of energy, and also there is an extremely high, rising cost of our electricity bills. We are definitely aware of this kind of main concerns of our consumers. Yeah. That's why Zendure is here to actually provide the solutions. The solution is not only about the product, but it also comes with the whole ecosystem. It also comes with a service. So what we're doing here, imagine yourself saying if there's actually a blackout, right? Or if there's like a instability of the energies, what are you going to do?
Or in our case in Miami, perhaps a hurricane.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
storm that you expect, well, we may lose power for days.
Exactly, exactly. So, with this great capacity, what we could do over here is like, if basically we have done our research, like when it's like there's let's say outage, normally in one household in the US, let's say, you will probably consume less than 25 kilowatt hour. And then with the 64, guess what? We could, with our system, we could really support you for more than a week.
Yeah.
That's what is happening. Like we really want to make sure our consumers have the availability and accessibilities of the energy, clean energy. That's the whole point, right? The clean energies when and where they need it the most.
So we talked about solar panels as an example. What are other ways that they can obtain the energy and store it with your system?
Well, so first of all, we have the whole battery units and the fastest, like actually right now, the industry leading 3,000 watt solar input. It's actually very fascinating. I'm very excited to actually share about this. And other than that, we have the overall, because people also care about the whole recharging time, how much time I have to spend, on recharging my whole system, So in our case, actually with our the SPV, the main unit, so what we can do here is like, is actually you can recharge to 6.6 kilowatt hour with, let's say, the AC outlet, the input as well as the solar panel input. In that case, within the 1 hour, you will get to 6.6 kilowatt hour. So actually considering the whole capacity, right? You got 6.4 kilowatt hour as a capacity in the whole unit, and you could charge to up to like 6.6 kilowatt hour, like watt hour in 1 hour. It's actually quite fascinating.
Yeah, and very fast. So your folks have been doing their homework and all the research to make this all happen, and you would no doubt have it charged normally, I guess, right, to full capacity in case you need it. But especially if a storm is coming or you have issues with rolling blackouts, perhaps in your community, you just always make sure that it's ready.
Oh yeah, and something more important is that how people actually now we have those kind of concerns because when we actually get let's say the stationary batteries, right? Most of the times it takes quite a while to register and also to install the whole the boxes and everything, but that's also something we would like to work on. We would like, to really save the time of the use for our consumers. So our solution is like, for example, if you already have like a gas or fuel generators, in that case, most likely you will have the inverter as well as a power inlet at your place. And guess what? In this case, our SPV is like a plug and play appliance. Basically, with one cable, you're ready to go.
And
that's
especially if it'll charge that much in only an hour, you could use your generator to charge it if you've got no power, and then we're working off the Zendure battery.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And also like how for example in the States, I think you must be aware of we have like a different pricings for electricity bills, right? Like there's peak hours. So in that case, with our system, so basically, like you can charge it when it's like at low cost, and you know what? And you use the SPV to support your whole house because we actually got a more than like we actually have the whole output from 3,800 all the way to 7,600 AC. What AC? So that means. Basically, we could support up like all the devices, like the refrigerators, washer, juicer, that's the whole thing. And more importantly, what's something so cool is like we are actually the only one right now in the whole industry that have a built-in dual voltage. You know what that means? Means that like in the States we have like 120 volts and 240 volt, right?
Yeah. Here in Germany, everything is 240, and at home it's 110. Right.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? In that case, we don't really think our consumers actually need like extensionary cable, to switch it on and off. In our case, we actually have a built-in technology, meaning that with our main unit, you will be able to have like a support directly for 120 volt or 240 volts. Yeah, that's actually something very cool.
Very nice. Now I know you're introducing the SBV here at IFA at this time. When will it be available for the market?
Very good questions.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why I get the
actually-
big bucks. I
Well,
ask the obvious.
Yeah, actually, we actually got so many questions like this yesterday. I'm actually so glad to hear these questions. That means people are actually looking forward to our
Sure.
products. Well, we're going to launch our products on Kickstarter by end of this month. So
Okay.
now we're actually just showing, like, announcing and introducing our new baby, right, SPV, and very soon you will have that available on Kickstarter at a very, very compelling price.
Like what? I mean, everybody listening is saying, "Okay, you have my attention, but what? Give me a ballpark idea of what we might spend." And of course, it's going to be a range based on the capacity that someone might need. But starting at about what?
Okay, first of all, SPV actually comes with a two version. So what I just introduced is actually the version with the battery versions, like a semi-solid state, right? The semi-solid state battery versions comes with 6.4 kilowatt hour. In that case, the price will be higher than our LiFePole version. So the overall, like our pricing range will start from 25, more or less like 2,500
Okay.
to 3,000, like 3,600 something, which is
Okay.
actually quite compelling.
Sure.
If you're thinking about the whole capacity and different solutions. And actually, I forgot to tell you a very good, interesting part of our system is that with our smart panel, you could actually charge 2 EV cars at the same time.
Nice.
With level 2 charging. So if
Okay.
you have like your EV cars at home, you don't need to worry about who's gonna be the first one in line to charge. And also like with our SPV unit, you can actually you don't really need to wait in lines, for the public charging stations.
Yeah, of
We
course.
understand it's actually.
I don't do that anyway because I have a nice gas-powered SUV. But anyway, I hear people screaming, "Oh, save the world!" The fact is that if you need it, you have it, and you guys are providing that. And starting at about $2,500, understandable, going up from there based on capacity and features.
Yeah, well, I just want to make it very clear. It's like, so we have like the batteries, right? So the whole unit comes with the 4 batteries.
Okay.
Oh, and then with the one smart panel, it's actually like the modules, right? We have actually 2 units with like 8 batteries together,
Yeah.
and also comes with the EV chargers. So it's really depends on what the consumer is
Yeah.
actually looking for.
What you need, right.
Exactly.
Very good. Well, I like how you tailor it based on the consumer needs, because that's what's important. And of course,
Exactly.
you can get more information, and no doubt when they're on their crowdfunding platform and so forth, when you visit their site at Zendure.com, it's Zendure. Zendure.com. Jolene is the Chief Marketing Officer with Zendure. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us here in Berlin, and continued good luck. Sounds like you have something very cool.
Thank you so much. It's actually a great pleasure.
It's our pleasure to have you. And of course, we will link you to Jolene's site, and you'll see what she and her team are up to, and as product becomes available and that sort of thing when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline. There's much more to come from IFA in Berlin, Germany. It's our 20th year broadcasting from IFA during our 27 years on the air. So we don't want you to miss a minute of all the cool stuff. Stay tuned right here on the Advanced Media Network.